Good morning, friends. Like I told you this morning, I was going to read one of my favorite books to you, one of my most favorite books. And it's about something that I feel like I've been trying to do a lot lately. It's about napping. The book today I'm going to read is called The Napping House. It's by Don and Audrey Wood. This is a book that I grew up, I used to go to the library with my mom a lot. And this was a book I checked out all the time. I always was checking it out, and we would like borrow it and then bring it back the next week and re-borrow it. So I'm excited, and I realized this is a new copy. This one was gifted to Leo when he was born. So parents, this is the time where you are good. Take a break, go pour a cup of coffee. We got this. We're just gonna listen to a wonderful story. So, The Napping House. Oh yeah, and look you can see it's raining out. There is a house, a napping house, where everyone is sleeping. And in that house, there is a bed, a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Do you see first? It starts with the grandma, and then the little boy is sleeping in a chair. And on that bed, there is a granny, a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that granny, there is a child, a dreaming child, on a snoring granny on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that child, there is a dog, a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that dog, there is a cat, a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that cat, there is a mouse, a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that mouse, there is a flea. Do you know what a flea is? It's like a little tiny bug. It's like smaller than a fly. Can it be a wakeful flea on a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping? What do you think's gonna happen? I don't know. I imagine that if there's a flea that is awake on this sleeping pile, I have a prediction, but I also know what's gonna happen. A wakeful flea who bites the mouse. I don't know if you can notice. Do you see that mouse jumping up there? Who scares the cat? Who claws the dog? Who thumps the child? What are you noticing about the weather? Yeah, the sunshine's coming out. Who bumps the granny? Oh, look at them. Who breaks the bed? In the napping house where no one now is sleeping. And so they all got outside for a beautiful afternoon. This really made me think about our weather that we're having lately and all of this, and how if you're thinking about, like, for us, we wait until we see the sunshine and then we barrel right outside. One thing I noticed in this book is there's a lot of different words for sleeping. If you remember last week and the week or a couple weeks ago, we were working really hard on using those strong feeling words. We were working on, instead of just using words like happy or sad, we were using words like excited and thrilled and nervous and worried, right? And what I noticed about this book is they use a lot of different words for sleeping. I want to read them to you again. There's slumbering mouse, snoozing, dozing, dreaming, snoring. And then they talk about how it's the cozy bed in the napping house. So it's a great example of a place where they use lots of wonderful words. And I hope you enjoyed this book. I hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or this afternoon, you never know.